سنتي ما قال النبي هو الصحيح نكاح مبارك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to another episode in the series of marriage and divorce. With myself here is our Sheikh Haitham Al Haddad, who currently resides in the UK and is on the board of the Islamic Sharia Council of Britain and is also the founding member of the website www.islam21c.com. In our last episode, we have touched on the subject of the wali and the role of the wali and the importance of the wali, and actually, Sheikh, how essential the wali is.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I want to get onto in terms of the wali. Who can be the wali? We've been through that, but what conditions does that person have to have? Do they have to be
the wali?
Exactly.
The conditions of the wali. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. The wali in general, as we said, he is the closest male relative to the sister or to the
lady, to the
female who wants to get married from her father's side. So essentially the wali is the father. If the father is not there, then the grandfather. If the sister been married before and she had mature sons, then the son. So the father, then the grandfather, then the son if there is any, then the full brothers, then the half brothers, then the paternal uncle. Yeah, paternal uncle. And after that, each case has to be taken into consideration. This means that the stepfather is not a wali at all. The stepfather is not a wali at all. Some scholars allowed the maternal uncle to be a wali, but they did not allow the stepfather to be a wali. In fact, the stepfather is not related to you.
No.
The stepfather is not related to you. He's just a mahram. Yeah? He's just a mahram. We need to discuss the difference between a wali and a mahram.
We will.
Okay? So he is just a mahram. Now, if it happened that the father is not there, the grandfather is not there, there are no uncles, there are no brothers, then who will be the wali? Some scholars allow the maternal uncle. That can be done. Yeah, the maternal uncle. If there is no maternal uncle, or the maternal uncle for whatever reason is not suitable, yeah. By the way, the power of the maternal uncle as a wali is not like the power of the father. Similarly, the power of the brother as a wali is not similar to the power of the father as a wali. Hence, okay, if the maternal uncle refused the marriage, the sister can easily go to the Sharia court, the Imam of the Muslims in Muslim countries, the Qadi in Muslim countries, or the official Sharia council, or if there is a Muslim Qadi recognized by the community, or to someone who replaces that to act as her wali. And hence, we need to understand that the notion that many sisters have, which is to appoint a brother from the street, yeah, as a wali, is wrong. It's completely wrong. Yeah. The point is, if the official walis are not there, then she should go to either the leader of the community, or if there is an official Muslim Qadi, or to an imam of a big masjid. Yeah? A well-known masjid, and an imam, a well-known imam of that masjid. And what many sisters do, which is going to any person in the street, yeah, or any person they know, or a brother she knows of, or her friend's husband, this is not right. This is not right. Okay? Why? Because the wali is a person of authority. And the husband, when he wants to marry the sister, he needs to speak to a person of authority. Yeah? And this leads us to a discussion about another element of the philosophy of wali. Yeah? I'm talking about this because, see, there are so many problems that we see in the West because of the absence of the wali. See, the man knows how to talk to a man. A man, yes, a woman, yeah, when she talks to a man, it is not a pure rational discussion. It is influenced by a level of emotion between both of them. Similarly, when the man speaks to a woman, there is this element of what? Of emotional attraction, sexual attraction, urge to beautify yourself, urge to pretend that you are the best person in the world. This element is there. When I speak to a female, or when the female speaks to me or speaks to another male. This is the free mixing between the opposite genders. Now, I know some people say, well, men and women, they work in the same place and what you are talking about is not there. No, don't say this. Don't say this. The statistics prove that 2 out of 3 from the raped women
was someone she knew?
Was someone she knew, either ex-husband, partner, ex-partner, or colleague. Yeah? And the rate of sexual harassment in the UK, in the workplace, is over 60%. And 10% confessed that they have carried a full sexual relationship at the workplace. So let us not deny the fact. Maybe sometimes I speak to a lady and that feeling is not there. This is, again, exceptional cases. But the norm is what? Especially when we talk about marriage. Yeah? That desire is already there in the subconscious. So, I cannot speak to a woman, she cannot speak to me. I mean, we cannot ration together. Yeah? But I can ration more with a man. And the man can ration more with me. Yeah? So we will be speaking what?
On the same level.
On the same level. That's why this is another element of what? Of the presence of wali. I have so many cases of sisters who were highly educated, highly professional. They were deceived by men who, if it comes to me as a man, I will never accept them to be married to my daughter. And I'm really shocked. How on earth such a beautiful, educated, professional lady accept to marry such a person? She was fooled by him. And the man, as we said, they are like wolves. They know how to manipulate women easily. And by the way, women know how to manipulate us. This relationship, you know, the dynamic of the relationship between two persons from the opposite gender, it is a sensitive relationship. Yeah? And it is a very critical relationship. That's why Sharia said, you stay by yourself, you stay by yourself. Okay? The one who communicates with the lady is her mahram. And the mahram now, a man to a man. Even you, because when you start speaking to her, you lose part of, we as men, lose part of our ration. Because now we are speaking to what? To a lady whom we are attracted to or we are planning to marry. Okay? So I have so many cases of, I was saying that I have so many cases of well-educated women who were deceived by men. We have so many cases of sisters deceived by men over internet.
This is obviously a new thing with technology.
Online, marriage websites, chatting. In one of the cases, it's good to mention some of those stories to warn the sister, to warn the sisters. I'm worried about the sisters. Seriously, it is a big problem. In one of the cases, a sister came with her mother. Yeah? And the sister is highly educated. She is a professional lady. And she's mature, 30 plus. What was the story? she said that she came to know a person online. She was chatting with him. She fell in love with him.
Online.
Online. Okay? She wanted to marry him. She approached her parents. Her parents were not happy. Then she told them that evil person, that evil man on the other side, he told her, they don't know me, let me speak to them. So he started to speak to them. Still they were unsure about it. So the lady insisted. And she said, no, I want to marry him, even if you refuse. And I am going to travel to that country to marry him. So the parents, the mother told me this. The parents had no choice but to travel with her to that country. Okay? Anyway, they traveled to that country. The mother traveled, the father traveled, and one of the siblings. When they saw the man, they doubted him and they were very suspicious of him. Yeah? So they refused. And they convinced her. They went back to the UK. After some time, she continued chatting with him online. He convinced her again. She approached the parents again. They said, no way, no way, no way. And she said, if you don't do it, I will go and marry him. So the parents only, this time, they went to just formalize the nikah. The siblings refused because they saw the man. Anyway, when they went, the mother told me, wallahi, I was not happy. And this man looks, as they say, crook or,
Crook, Dodgy.
Dodgy. He got married to her. Yeah, they asked him to bring a father, and he hired the person to act as his father. Yeah? And he got married to her. Then the sister said, he got married to me 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. We were in the hotel, okay. You said that we will go back to our country, but no, etc. Anyway, in a month's time, he used her credit card. He took most of the cash. He took some of her jewelries. And he left her in the hotel alone and disappeared. Can you imagine?
This shows how important the wali is.
And I told the sister, I told her, by the way, she came, she had no hijab, okay? She's a free, educated, liberal woman. But now she came to us because she wants divorce from this man. Yeah? I told her sister, when we, as scholars, as maulanas, as imams say that you need a wali, you accuse us of being sexist against women, of being names. Is that true? She said, wallahi, it is true. And she said, this means that we, as women, are very vulnerable in this situation. I said, I hope that you can write or you can speak about this. So other women listen and they don't fall into the same trap.
They can learn from her mistake.
They can learn from her mistake. Yeah.
Brothers and sisters, return in a couple of minutes where we shall continue the discussion, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
النكاح من سنتي.
Where truth is hidden, misleading quotations create confusion. Where truth is hidden, lack of knowledge and wisdom cause upheaval and commotion. Where truth is hidden, manipulated scriptures and twisted facts emerge. This very hidden truth creates false propaganda, mayhem, chaos, disorder, and turmoil in our lives and the world order. But is there anyone with courage and wisdom? What is the truth, and who has the courage to expose it? Because it's your right to know the truth.
Watch truth prevail and lies perish in Truth Exposed by Dr. Zakir Naik. Every Sunday to Friday at 9 p.m. and repeat telecast at 7:30 a.m. UK on Peace TV. Peace TV presents over 100 million viewers at one of the largest peace conferences in the world. addressing a sea of spellbound spectators. Over 30 world-renowned orators on Islam with credentials impeccable.
The truth of
Islam. Deen is your way of life.
It is our duty, our obligation.
By following the Quran and Sunnah,
we will give the message to one and all.
With articulation exquisite.
Read the book of Allah.
Islam is the easy way. It's the simple way.
Remind each other.
The Muslim is not a source of harm for other people.
Collaborate with the people for good.
This is the call of Islam.
With the mission of spreading the truth of Islam.
Do what you can to spread the word of Islam.
Wherever we are,
live like Muslims.
Use your power.
Allah is saying, why do you need anything else? This Quran is self-sufficient.
The only book on the face of the globe, the Quran. How a human being should lead his life is given in this instruction manual, the glorious Quran.
For peace to prevail on earth in Peacemakers. Next on Peace TV.
النكاح من سنتي.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to the discussion between myself and Sheikh Haitham Al Haddad on the importance of the wali during the nikah procedure. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let's continue with the discussion about the wali. You just mentioned a very important story which highlights the importance of having a wali and to avoid certain situations happening.
Yes, Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. There are other factors that compel us to have a wali. Yeah? There are other elements of the wisdom of wali, in fact. For example, see, when a man, I'm talking to my sisters, please listen. Wallahi, it hurts me to see many sisters vulnerable and taken advantage of. Yes? And no one will support them, by the way, if they were trapped. No one will support. Khalas. They will tell them that this is your decision, this is your decision. I have so many cases. Men take advantage of vulnerable sisters. And if me as a man marry to a sister without feeling that she is supported by another man behind her, even if I love her now, later on in my subconscious, that she is what? Vulnerable, she is weak, she is not supported by any person. So, in most cases, men will humiliate such ladies. So for you not to be humiliated by this man, by the husband, make sure that your father, who is the blood relative, who cannot divorce you, you cannot divorce him, you cannot get rid of him, he is there in your life. Yeah? And your husband will have an well, she has a father. Yeah? This is part of the wisdom as well. And later on, if the sister has problems in her marriage, she will go back to her father. And the father can speak to him. In fact, akhi, me, if I want to get married to a sister that has no wali, if I have problem with her, whom I'm going to speak to?
Another problem.
This is the other side of the story. Whom I'm going to speak to? And sometimes we men need a man to speak to, because we feel that she herself and her mother are siding together. I cannot reason with them. I need a man to understand my feelings. This is all to do with what? With the wali. We have to understand that Sharia does not put anything for nothing. Sharia is the law of Allah, the Creator. أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ. Doesn't He know what He created? Allah. Yes, and the one who created everything, the one who knows everything about everything. Al-Alim, Jalla wa Ala. So when He, and Al-Hakim, وَمَا خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا لَاعِبِينَ مَا خَلَقْنَاهُمَا إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. He did not create things and legislated things for the fun or as a joke or for no purpose.
SubhanAllah, we've mentioned this a few times now, that things are put in place for us For a reason.
For many reasons. We have to submit to Allah and we have to put the trust in Allah. Okay? We can talk a lot about the wali, yeah? But maybe, insha'Allah, this is enough. We have mentioned enough stories that we did not mention them just for people to enjoy listening to stories.
We want to learn lessons from them.
Yes, to learn lessons and to understand the wisdom behind the wali.
In terms of qualities that the wali should have, are there any that we...
So we said that the wali is the closest Muslim, male, relative from the father's side. So he has to be from the father's side. As we said, the father, then the grandfather, then the son, then the brothers, full brothers, then half brothers, and then uncles. Yeah? Then he has to be a Muslim. Which means that if there is a convert sister, yeah, she had a father who did not accept Islam, can he act as her wali or not?
No.
Yes, see, technically speaking, no. Yeah? But, by the way, this is the opinion of the vast majority of scholars, or I think all of them.
Because he's not Muslim in this case.
Allah Jalla wa Ala says, وَلَنْ يَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ سَبِيلًا. The wilaya is guardianship, is superiority, or is in charge. Allah Jalla wa Ala does not, as the ayah says, the verse says, Allah Jalla wa Ala does not put the disbelievers in charge of the believers. Okay? However, what I say in the West, because of the abuse against our revert sisters that we know about, a lot of abuse, unfortunately. We say that if there is a revert sister and the person wants to get married to her, he has to let her family know. Yeah? Her father in particular, to know about it. The wali, the official wali, the technical wali can be the imam. Again, as I said, the imam of what? Of a big center, yeah, or
known in the community.
Known in the community, one of the leaders of the community. Okay, he will be the imam, but her father or her brother or her paternal male relatives have to be there. Yeah, this will be the solution for revert sisters in the West. So this is the other condition, that he has to be Muslim. Obviously, he has to reach the age of puberty. Okay? Not 7, not 8, not 9. He has reached the age of puberty, and it's better that he is the older one.
In this case, as we mentioned, he has to be Muslim. In terms of practicing, non-practicing,
okay, this is an issue. See, the scholars mention some technical conditions about the wali and the adala of the wali. The adala means the credibility of the wali. And they say that he's a Muslim, practicing Muslim, doing this, not falling into sins, etc., etc. As I remember, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala said, if we want to look for that person to act as a wali, maybe 3/4 of the women will not have walis, because their walis are not qualified according to the standard of the fuqaha. But we say that if he is a trustworthy person, yeah, then khalas, he's accepted as a wali. Now, there is one important point that needs to be discussed, that there is a hierarchy of walis. The father, then the grandfather, then the brothers. You cannot go to the brothers while the father is there. Yeah? أَيُّمَا امْرَأَةٍ. This is the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. أَيُّمَا امْرَأَةٍ نَكَحَتْ بِغَيْرِ إِذْنِ وَلِيِّهَا. Without the permission of her wali. Yeah? Her wali is the father. فَنِكَاحُهَا بَاطِلٌ. Her nikah is invalid. Yeah? Some scholars say that it is not a very strong hadith, but many of the previous scholars acted upon this hadith. So the brother, as many sisters do, they go to their brothers to act as walis, and they neglect the father. No. The father is the first. Now, if the father abuses his right as a wali, then we need to see. And I know we are coming to the end of this part, but if the father abuses his right, it is not for the sister to decide that he has abused his right and she has the right to change him.
This is probably a common misconception among especially sisters.
A very common misconception. Yani, in other words, she is acting as the juror, the executor, and the
judge, jury, and execution.
Yeah, judge, jury, and execution. Yeah, judge, jury, and execution. No, she has to refer the matter to a proper Islamic court in Muslim countries or a proper Islamic court in non-Muslim countries, if there is any. Yeah, to decide whether the father has abused his right and does he lose his authority over her or not.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. I think this point we will definitely elaborate on in the next episode, inshallah, because it's such an important one. Jazakumullah khair, brothers and sisters, for coming to this episode and joining us in this discussion about the importance of the role of the wali, especially when it comes to the nikah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.